welcome to another episode of Storytime with Pinchus the Pirate. This story has to do with the big holiday that's coming up, Pesach. And on Pesach we have a very special event called the Seder, and at the Seder we read the Haggadah. And one of the main and most important parts of the Haggadah is the section of Magid, where we tell the story of leaving Mitzrayim and why we actually celebrate Pesach. And that section starts off with a paragraph called Hey Lachmanya. This is the poor plain bread. And that is what this story is all about. Here we go. Hey Lachmanya. This is the plain poor bread. Once a very poor man suddenly became very rich. Every year on the anniversary of the day that he became so rich, he would make a party for his whole family. At the party, they would wear their shabby old clothes to remind everybody of how poor they used to be. Then suddenly, his business went bad. He lost all of his money. After a while, he even had to sell all of his good clothes. One morning, the only thing he had left to wear was his old, shabby, dirty, raggedy clothes. When his children saw him, they jumped up and down in excitement. They said, "Hooray! Today is the day of the big party, and we'll all get presents." Sadly, the man said, "No, my dear children. When we were rich, these clothes were only reminders of the time when we were poor. But now, we are just as poor as we were then, and I have no other clothes." The Dubner Maggid used this story to explain the difference between the Seder of long ago when the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple in Jerusalem, still stood, and the Seder that we have today. When we had the Beis HaMikdash, the Holy Temple, and we were still in Eretz Yisrael, the Korban Pesach, or the Passover offering, whether a lamb or a baby goat, was eaten with matzah at the Seder. At that time, we were not in Galus, exile. So the matzos were only a reminder of the Galus long ago in Egypt. In those days, we said, Kehei Lachmanya. This is like the poor, plain bread of Galus. But now, when we don't have the Holy Temple, the Beis HaMikdash, we look at the matzah and say, this is the same plain poor bread that we ate in Egypt. We are in Galus now, just as our forefathers were in Egypt. So when we eat the matzah, we have to remember, this isn't just putting on the poor clothes and celebrating. We really are in Galus. And we have to do everything we can. Every little mitzvah, every little coin for our treasure chest will help bring Mashiach one step closer. Pinchus the Pirate is wishing you all an amazing night, a great week, and get ready for Pesach when we can all have the Seder together, and Pinchus the Pirate will teach you in the weeks coming up all about the holiday of Passover. For now, have a good night. Toodaloo.